morning. I'm Mr. Ayler, the superintendent of Rushmore Peterson Schools. Excited to be giving you the opportunity today to join us on what is our first and maybe our last, but we'll see how this all goes today. But we're going to be doing a virtual tour of the new school, and Angie Rodenberg is managing the camera and putting this out on a live feed for you today. So welcome, and we are excited to be able to share with you what is going on. We're currently standing in the high school wing, and this is in the upper corner, and this would be what we would call the southeast quadrant of the school. And this is the high school wing, as I indicated to you. We're going to walk into a few of the classrooms so you can get a view of out the classroom windows. And so if you will join me, and we'll walk over here. This would be one of our high school math rooms, and one of the features that we like to bring to everyone's attention is just the view that we're going to have outside of our windows. And this is just one of the many, but as you can see, in between this classroom is an area that will be used for a playground area for our preschool students and kindergarten students. But overall, you get a view of the entire valley here, and we will be accentuating that as we go through the tour today. Just the fantastic view that we have of the river valley here this morning. So again, this is a high school classroom. They have completed all of the necessary painting in here. We have a featured wall here. This one seems to be like an olive green, and each teacher was given the opportunity to choose a color for their classroom. And again, this would be what a high school math would look like. The next phase for this classroom or this area is for the electricians to come in and complete all of their work. And most of the duct work for the heating is being finalized as well. And once they have that completed, then the next phase is to go ahead and put the drop ceiling in. So progress continues to be excellent in the classroom areas, and we'll go back out into the hallway. One of the features that we discussed about our school was the utilization of natural light, and you will see as we walk through on our tour today that there are a lot of features with open areas. This is looking out to the south, and it's an open area that is just being installed. The glassware is being installed today. In our high school and middle school wing, we have skylights again to let natural light in, and that was one of the features that the design committee strived for, is the utilization of just natural light. So as we look down this corridor, this hallway, again, this is the high school hallway, and it's going to be an open area like this. There are several areas that we'll talk about. There's some breakout rooms where students could meet in small groups, and so they're across from one another. And as we make our way down the hallway, again, these are high school classrooms, and we'll step into this particular room. This would be a social studies room. We'll give you a view of what it looks like from the back side of the school. This is looking mainly to the northeast, and this is an area that features the pine trees that we have and just the general landscape in the back of the school. Most of this area, once they have everything finalized and all the work completed, will be a playground area. It will feature some blacktop areas, as well as basketball hoops, as well as green space as well. So we do have quite a bit of work here that will take place in the spring once the weather breaks and conditions allow them to finish the groundwork that's necessary to complete this area of the school. So we'll make our way back out of the classroom, and we'll feature a couple of other rooms that are in the high school wing. The unique thing about this area is that it's going to be a very open area, so our students will have flexibility to move about, interact with their teachers and with one another. At the end of this hallway is our special ed classrooms, And they have, again, done extensive work in that area as well. I mentioned that they have all of the classrooms painted here, and they have all the framework around the windows and the doors. All of that work has been, final coat has been put on. And you can see that they use some cardboard around the door frames to protect them so that the paint job remains intact and that there isn't any scuff marks put on the framework or the window frames as well. The next area we're going to walk into is our special education classroom, or wing, for our high school students. One of the features of this is that these two rooms will be connected with a meeting room in between. There is some final work that has been done here as far as the tile that's going to be utilized. So I'll ask Angie to step in here, give you a view of what a room with tile is going to look like. So this would be a facility that our special ed students could use and utilize during their coursework. It's going to feature the ability for students to do some online learning, as well as just some skill trainings as well, because it will feature a washer and dryer, a cooking area, so students can gain the basic skills that they need to utilize in their daily lives. So again, this is the special education classroom area, and again, these rooms, the final coat has been put on, and so again, they're waiting to finish up the bed work as well as the electrical work in these rooms as well. As we make our way down the corridor, you can see from this hallway that there's extensive work being done with the heat and air conditioning ductwork. And on our left, we're going to walk into our science rooms so that you can get a feel for what the science areas look like.
This area might have some issues with connectivity, just as a forewarning. So if you cut out, we'll be getting back on. Okay, thanks.
So this is our chemistry and physics room. And again, there's lots and lots of work that will go into as far as the number of sinks, and you can see the plumbing in the walls here. The area between the chemistry and physics room is a breakout area for our teachers. And so it's an area where they will have a chemical storage room in this room as well. That still needs to be installed. As we make our way through this area, we enter into what will be our biology and anatomy and physiology classroom, currently being taught by Dwayne Kanan. And again, the paint work has been finalized in here, and it looks like the majority of the duct work has been completed. So again, they're making good progress in this area. We'll step out of this room and continue down the corridor. Areas are going to be somewhat dark as we go in and out of those areas, but I want to give you a feel for that. So we're entering into the middle school classroom area. There's a middle school science room on my left here, and Angie can give you a view of what that looks like. So we have our 3 science areas in a row, from chemistry, physics, to biology, and anatomy and physiology, to middle school science. This would be our middle school wing, and as you can hear in the background, there's fans running to keep air moving in this area. We'll show you some work that's being done here, some tile work that's being done in the bathroom areas. Again, all of the painting has been completed in this area except for the hallway. All the classrooms have been completely done, and they're finishing up the tile work on the floor as we speak. So we're excited to see that work being progressed progressing, and the next phase of this will be to go ahead and put the tile on the wall. Again, this area has a large breakout area for our middle school students. There is an overhead skylight, as you can see.
What type of flooring is being used in hallways and classrooms?
It will vary in each of the areas. Some of the hallways will have what is carpet squares, and some will have vinyl covering, floor covering. So in this area we have a small meeting room where people could meet if they need to. On the other side of the room there's a small breakout area. Have an area where they can meet, or teachers can put a student there to make up some work, or just to meet in small groups. Step into one of these rooms. This is what a typical middle school classroom would look like. So again, you can see that the final coat has been put on for the paint job, and again, all of the interior paint of this area is done. The only thing that needs to be painted in this area is the hallway. So again, this gives you your appeal. One of the features again that we wanted to was to give our students some open areas, just general space, and this area provides for that as well. We're going to step across the hallway. Now we'll be looking out to the south and the west. And again, one of the features of the school is just the scenery that we have from our classroom. So I'll ask Angie just to take a look so that you can see outside the windows and get a view of the river valleys. Again, this is a typical middle school room, and we'll be looking to the south and to the west. The area to the south and the west will be the parking lot area, and right now it contains all the construction trailers. And again, like all areas, any flat areas, it's a sheet of ice, so one has to use lots of caution in that area as well. Again, this is the middle school setting, and this will be for grades 6 through 8. So we're going to make our way back down the corridor. We'll be heading, as we look down this hallway from the middle school to the high school, there is the separation. The science rooms provide that separation for that area. The next area that we're featuring here is the hallway that leads to the locker bay area for our high school students. So as we move past those, we have a bathroom on the right, and we have our elevator shaft, and this is one of two. The other one is located in the on the other side of gymnasium, and we'll show you that as we make our way through. First area, classroom we're going to step into, this is the FCS, or as more people know about this is home ec, and so again, there's lots of work being done in this area. This area also has a pantry area in the back, so that Mrs. Thompson will be able to utilize some storage areas off of her FCS room. So Angie will step into that. That's a storage area. It's referenced as the pantry area. So as we make our way out of the FCS classroom, we're going to go into an area that's referred to as the locker bay area. This is an area where our high school students will have their lockers, and adjacent to this area is the art room. So we have an open A-frame. As you drive by the school, you see the A-frame being constructed, and they're doing some finishing stonework on that area right now. So we're not able to utilize that, but that will be the main entrance. So this is an area that, again, the students will have an open area. There'll be a staircase coming up from the commons area. And I'll ask Angie to step into the art room here first so that you get a feel for the high school art room. It will contain lots of storage areas as well. And so we have an area for our kiln that will be here. Plus there's 2 additional storage spaces. And this would be the high school art room as well. The art room will look out over the locker area as well as the commons area over here as well. As we look out this area, we're looking down upon the commons area. This is where the stairwell will come up so that students can get access to the second level here. There's one of 2 ways to get into the area. This area features a nice openness, and again, the stress was to have natural light, and as you can see, just from the windows that will be installed in this area, we'll have lots of natural light in this part of the building as well. Next, we're going to make our way back down the hallway, and off to my right is the Library Media Center, and a lot of places refer to this now as a learning resource room, so or the learning center. So again, lots of work being done in this area, and you can see the amount of heat and vent duct work that's sitting here. One of the features of this room is this is the K-12 or Early Childhood through 12 Learning Center Library Media area. It does feature lots of natural light in this room, lots of open window space. And Angie will take a look again as you're looking out to the south and the west, mainly to the west. Unique thing about this area, you'll never have a bad view from this area, regardless of what kind of day you're having. You can always come to this room, and with all of its natural light and just openness here, and being able to see the bluffs and the valley, I think that our students will find this a very inviting place to come and just learn. Behind me is an area that will be designated for a reading area, and the circular cutout that you see is what is called a reading nook. On the back side of this will be glass, and when they have this all finished, a student or 2 could sit in here and read a good book at their leisure. This area here will feature 3 different levels so that students can have a place designated just as a reading area. Next, we're going to make our way downstairs, and this is going down to the first level, and we'll take a brief look at the early childhood, kindergarten, first grade wing, and then we'll make our way over to the classroom areas as well. This entrance is the district office entrance, and as you come into this entrance, this faces the west. And as we come into this, the first office on your right will be the community education office. So Mrs. Lawson's office is located in here. We're standing in what will be Jill Rasmussen's work area right now. As we turn around and go down the corridor, good morning. On our right here is the early childhood and kindergarten classroom. So off to my right will be a first grade classroom. And again, they're beginning to just start some of the prime work in this area. As you can see the feature color on the wall. This one happens to be a light blue. And they're working on installing the ductwork, and each of these classrooms features their own bathrooms, and so students will have the use of those facilities right in their classroom. So directly above us is the middle school area that we just came from, and again, these are the early childhood and kindergarten classroom. So I'll just Angie to step in. For example, the one she's stepping into now would be a kindergarten classroom. And again, it's being utilized as a storage area right now. But we're working on installing the ductwork in these rooms, and we'll be doing some finish painting in here as well in the very near future. Across from the kindergarten classrooms, these are the early childhood classrooms. And again, you can see that there's a nice open expanse. The area that we showed you upstairs between the building is just adjacent to these walls. And students will be able to access that play area by the doors in this area. So, nice expanse rooms here, open rooms, and students will again have their cubbies and their bathrooms located all in one area. So those are some nice features for this area. So we're going to make our way outside, back out into the hallway here, and this is again back in the main corridor or main hallway for this particular wing. We're going to make our way down the hallway here. We're limited on light here today, but as we make our way down, off to my right will be located the second grade classrooms. On the left is an area here that will be for the teachers. Their mail room is in this room, as well as a work area, copy machines, etc. is located in this area of the building. So as we make our way down, this would be a second grade classroom. And again, they're doing some final touch work here on the painting and installation of the heating ducts. So progress continues in this area as well. Morning, Daryl. Morning, Joe. Bathroom area here for the elementary wing. And then we'll make our way through this work area here. So now we're into what we call the upper elementary, so grades 3 through 5 will be in this wing. Our special ed classrooms are located on this wing as well. And so this would be the area that is designated. Right now our workers are using this as their break room, but this is a special education area. And again, it mirrors what's upstairs. There's 2 classrooms with a meeting room in between, with bathrooms and facilities in between. then another classroom here as well. So as we make our way out, this is at the end of the hall, so as we look down the hallway, we would be looking at the classrooms for grades 3 through 5. We have a math and reading resource room here on my right, and then the areas you see along the hallways here that are areas for coat racks for our elementary students. So there's a conference room here on my right, and then as we make our way down the hallway, pretty much putting the finishing touches on this area and the beginning to really get things ramped up here for the final coats of paint in these classroom areas. So I'll just ask Angie to kind of just walk through here, take a look at it. The stairwell on the end of this hallway is facing to the southeast, and this is an area that takes you upstairs to the high school wing. So again, we feature some breakout areas on this floor as well, across from one another. Again, typical elementary 3rd through 5th grade classroom. On my left here is Title I Math and Resource Room. Currently Mrs. Copproot is our teacher, but this will be her new classroom as we look at it. And again, you can see with the plastic on the windows, they're at a point where they'll be putting the final coats of paint on this area as well. So again, good progress is being made, and you can get a view overhead as all the work that's being installed here. Morning. How are you? Pretty good. This is the hallway that leads into the elementary wing. So what we're stepping into now is the main entrance to the school. Off to our left here is what will be the main office area. So there's still some walls that need to go in here, and then of course you can see they have a temporary wall here for heating purposes right now. The area we're going to step into shows a lot of work being done in this area. This is the main entrance into the school, and as you come into, there'll be doors here, and off to the right will be the office area. Straight ahead is a meeting room, and they're doing some work in there. This is an area that we have classroom meetings in as well as board meetings. So be open for any meetings that need to be held, be it class meetings or such. So as you come in the main entrance of the school, you turn to your right, you go into the classroom area, you go into the left. This is the what we call the commons area. This area, if Angie wants to turn around, there will be a stairwell right where the large machine is setting. That will take you up to the second right here is what we call learning stairs, where students can just sit on various heights of different landings, and it can be used as a small instructional area as well as just a meeting area for students. So as we look here behind us, you can see that there's a lot of prep work going on. This is the commons area for the high school, and off to our right is the area where our elementary and middle school students will have lunch. High school will utilize the commons area for their lunch area as well. We're going to make our way down through to the end here. We're kind of out of the way of the construction workers. This morning. So as you can see, they're getting, like I said, they're getting lots of prep work ready here. They'll be pouring this area in the very near future here. So once we're out of the line of the water hose here, we can take a look. We can look back at this area. So as we look down the hallway, again, this is the commons area that leads into the eating area for our students, as well as the cafeteria. And off to my left here is the gymnasium. This is the main gym. This is a top-down gym. And as you can see, lots of work being done on some of the stonework on the other side of the gymnasium. Each of these columns will have stonework, and we'll show you that in just a minute. We make our way over to this area. Our activities director's office is located right straight in front of me. And again, now we're looking on the west side of the building. And as you drive past, this is the area that has the limestone to it. One of the nice things about this area and this gymnasium is that you'll be able to walk completely around the gymnasium, and you'll be able to look down upon the activities that are going on in the gymnasium. Next, we're stepping into the fitness room. We refer to it as a fitness room, not just a weight room. So again, what this room features is just lots of nice space and open windows facing to the west, so that lots of nice light, natural light. And again, there are windows here that will look out into the gymnasium area as well. Today. Hey, morning, Chuck. So now we'd be on the opposite side of the gymnasium, and as you can see here, the columns that I talked about, they're finishing some stonework in this area here, and they've made good progress all the way along. And once they get the cement floor poured on the other side, then they'll be completing that stonework on those columns as well. As you can see, this room is going to be somewhat dark, but this is our what is called our gross motor room, as well as our wrestling room. This room will feature a sport court where if you walk into, it will be soft to the touch, and we'll be utilizing it with our early childhood as well as our elementary students for them to come in and do some of their PE classes in here, as well as our wrestling room area as well. Next, we're going to make our way down into the locker room area. So again, if you look out to the west here, you can see the openness of the river valley and the bluffs that surround our school. we just walked through, that's a large heating unit that's utilizing to heat the gymnasium. The building is completely enclosed, and the workers, as Angie can attest to, it is a very comfortable environment in here right now, so it's a good work area. The area we're showing you right now is the boys' locker room. So, this features the shower area for the boys as well. And it features a doorway so that we have actually 2 locker rooms. We can shut one area off and have a visiting team on one side and our team on the other. In between the locker rooms areas are office areas for coaches and such, so those areas are featured in between the locker rooms. Of the boys, general locker room facility areas here, individualized shower stalls. And you can see those are being installed right here. And again, this features so that we can shut off. We have a doorway. We can have visiting team on one side and our team on the other, or vice versa. So again, just an expanse area where lockers will be installed in this area as well. And this is the boys and girls locker room area. Some board there. So again, as we look down the corridor here, this is we're on what I would call the northwest side of the gymnasium. There is a lower level door down there. You can see where a worker just opened that doorway. For those that want in the community that want to use the weight room facility or a fitness room area, that would be the entrance that they would use to come in. Next is we're on the floor level of the gymnasium, and as we look to the west, the fitness room is up above, and the areas down below consist of Mr. Wade's room, and then there's 5 doors in a row. Those are all storage areas, as well as over in the corner another storage area. Again, this is a top-down gymnasium. There will be bleachers on both sides of the gymnasium, and it's just lots and lots of activity going on. And Angie wants to step out and give us look like. You can see the stonework being done on the column. Never guessed from looking from the outside in that there's this much activity going on in the building, but it's pretty remarkable, all the work that's being done today. So the lower level features, this is the second of 2 elevators that we have in the building. So we'll make our way up the stairwell, and Angie, you're going to have to traverse with me over the forms here. I think we can get through.
Yep.
I don't think they've poured any cement here. No, we should be good. Again, as you look down this hallway, you can see that they're getting the prep work ready to pour this floor, and then they'll do the conference area as well. Behind me over here is the room we're in right now is the FFA classroom, and so it features a display case here in the front so that our students can teachers can display work being done. Yeah, mine too. So we make our way out of this area. Again, we're on the second level now, and the elevator shaft is right here. This is one of two shop areas. This is called the metal shop area, and you can see it has a big overhead door, but this will be an area where we'll be doing our welding and other metals work in this area. And in between these two shops is the classroom. So this would feature a small classroom for students to come in and do some work prior to them moving into the shop area. The next area we're going to step into is, this would be known as the other shop area. This would be known as the wood shop. Again, features an overhead door. And, lots of nice space here. Off of the wood shop, this is on the back. We're in the back of the theater right now. This is the scenery area, storage area for the theater. So if you want to call it the props room, that would be a totally name for it. And then we're going to step into the theater. We're standing on the stage area right now. And if you want to look up into the high depths here of the theater, you can see that they're finalizing the painting of the upper areas. And once they have that work done, we make our way out of this area. We're on the stage. We'll be looking out the seats. All of the sand has to be removed, so that we begin that process relatively soon. And then the seats go up in a stair-step manner. And so there's be seating in this area for 400 people. So again, it required them to get all the overhead painting done prior to getting removing the sand. They do have some clouds that will be hung so that you cannot see all of the intricate part of the ventilation system that's up above. So this is a rather intensified room as far as just the amount of work that goes into getting the theater area ready. So again, they've finalized the painting above, and we'll begin working more intensely on getting the clouds hung, and then move to getting the stage area forward, and then the sand removed for the seats of the theater. So next, we're going to make our way back through the scenery room to kind of give you a feel for how that steps out. We utilized a nice double wide door here so that people could, if they're going to build something in the shop and it's going to be used in a theater production, that you could move it right into this area as well. So the design team looked at that and utilized the space to its maximum, and thought that we could utilize both areas for the work that might be done in the theater area. We make our way out of the wood shop area, then we're going to make our way down the hallway here. We're making our way into what is called the receiving room, and this is where all of our supplies and materials that need to be delivered to the school will come into. And so I'm going to open this door, Angie. It's going to be a little wet, so you might want to step back here. So this is the loading dock area, and like I said, our semis will make their way into this area, face to the west, and then back up, and all of our materials will come into this area. And it's definitely cold out when you see the fog come in that quickly once you open the door. Off of the loading dock area is the vocal music room, so this is The vocal music room features, again, lots of natural light in this area. The slots in the stone here, this is for sound absorption. In addition to that, we will also have sound panels that will be mounted on the walls, but it just helps make the room more acoustical, pleasing to our students and our teachers. This area here that's all formed up, these are small practice rooms along with office areas for our music department. So we're going to step through the choices here and make our way down the hallway. This would be the instrumental room, or band room if you want to call it again. Acoustical tiles installed there, large open windows, you get lots of natural light in here. Open areas will provide great sound, and I think our students and our teachers will really enjoy this area. And the unique thing about this is that as we make our way back down, this was designed this way so that our music area, when we put on concerts, you step out of the music rooms and you can be on the stage of the theater in just a few feet. So it leads right into the theater. This is the mechanical room, so this is the heart and soul of our building. So our boilers are located in this room, heat pumps are located in this room, anything that goes on from heating to air conditioning, everything is located in this room, hot water heaters, etc. So as you can see, there will be lots of work being done in here to make sure that everything is connected, and we have heat and cooling for our building. We make our way down the hallway. Next, we step into our kitchen area, and so again, an area where there's lots of work being done. This particular area, as we look out into the commons area, Van is featuring here as the workers are removing and getting ready for the pouring of cement over there. This would be an area where our students would eat, in particular our elementary and middle school students, and then further down, our high school students would be able to utilize that area as well. The kitchen will feature 2 serving lines, so we have a nice big expanse, nice big opening here, as you can see. And so there will be 2 areas. There'll be like kind of like a horseshoe area, and behind me is the where we have our walk-in cooler area, and then it features some other areas for the kitchen, storage in the back. It's the first time that our kitchen has a light, so a window, a natural light, again, something that was stressed by the design team to have as much natural light into our school as possible. So this corridor leads to the outside area. This would be the back of the school, and this would be for our students to get access. They would take their trays and such down there and then be able to exit the building and go to the outside. And that would be our playground area for our grades 3 through 5. As we look at this open area in here, off to our right is the entrance to the theater, and we'll make our way over there. Large equipment that's taking place there. We'll just step out of their way for a minute. This is our staging area, but actually it's our elementary middle school gymnasium. This wall on this side will feature the bleachers, and then the other area is open. Again, as you look through this room and see the expanse of this room, natural lighting. A nice feature behind us is a changing room, so when we host middle school activities and we have a game going on here, the teams will be able to change in this area here. And then it features some storage rooms in the back here, as well as an office for Mrs. Brown, so we can just step into that area so you can get a feel for that. Lots of work being done in this area at the present time. So again, Mrs. Brown's office will be here on my left, and then this other area will be for storage. Although we're not going to make our way through it, I'll just open this doorway. This doorway leads to the grades 3 through 5 wing that we went through just a few minutes ago. So students will have access to this gymnasium from that wing as well. We're going to make our way out of this elementary middle school gymnasium and go back out into the commons area so you can get a feel for the openness in the commons area. We're on the back side of the theater now, and of course we're off to our right is the kitchen area. We're going to step into the theater so you can get a feel for it from the back side. So we're entering into the theater so that you get a view from the back side of it again. Lots of intensity in work in this area. And the stage area is straight in front of us, and again, seating will be in this area. So the work that's being done here is getting the floor preparation ready for the commons area. And they'll do this main office area as well. Outside of the theater, this is one of the last areas they have to finalize and putting flooring in. So it's exciting to see them get to this point and get this work finished as well. Again, we're in the main office area here and the main entrance to the building, and we're going to go over into the administrative office area right now. Hey, Daryl. So this would be what we would call the office area for the elementary, middle school, and high school. And the areas that we're going to step into, doing some painting in that area, so we'll be really careful not to interfere with the work. We're just going to step around you guys. Good. Thank you. Yep. So this area features the office areas, administrative office areas. So this is this would be for elementary guidance and social service. For Mrs. Smith, who works as our social worker. So this would be her office area. Mr. Shepard's office area next here. And then off to the left is a mail room where all of our teachers and employees will receive their mail. On the back side of this is, we looked at this briefly earlier, but this is a workroom area. And if you were here and you could smell, you could tell that they're definitely doing some painting here today. So, but all making good progress. So, high school guidance office, high school principal's office. This is a conference room area. We make our way down. through this administrative wing with storage areas. Office areas here, business manager area. And this would be the main office area for the district. And again, we're outside of what is facing to the west, which will have a district entrance so that when you come in, this would be where Laura Hahn, who's currently serving in that position, would be located in this room here as well. On the back side of us is just storage areas, restroom facilities, etc. So that will be utilized for our administrative area. This room is a speech and language classroom, and again we're back into where we're in the early childhood, kindergarten, and first grade wing. So we're going to step down to the end of the hall and just conclude our tour. So. How you doing? Good. You want to go upstairs and conclude it, or can we do it right here?
Whatever.
Okay, this concludes our tour for today. I'm glad that you've had a chance to come with us and look firsthand. Obviously, it's not a polished production by any means, but Angie was kind enough to say we need to get this out so people can see the progress that's being made. I hope you were able to see today that there's lots of work going on inside. Like I said, the building is enclosed. They're able to heat all of the areas, and so progress continues. Even though Mother Nature is cold outside, there is tremendous progress being made inside. We're on target. Again, the move-in date is, completion date is August of 17 here, so we're 8 months away from completion date, and we're very pleased that in working with Weiser Brother Construction that they kind of understood our emphasis to get the classroom areas done first. So as you could tell today, with the finished work that's already being done in that area, good progress has been made, and so we're looking forward to that work being completed in a very timely manner that will assist us with our move-in come early June, and that's our target date, is to begin that process as well. So I thank you for joining us on this virtual tour this morning, and we will be saving this so that if you were not able to join us, you will at least be able to go to the website and call up and take a look at the different things that we showcased here today. Thank you for joining us.